Well, welcome everybody to the big letdown week. All right, it's not really a letdown week, at least the Giants wouldn't say it is, but it's perfectly set up for that. Coming off a big emotional win over the Dallas Cowboys, heading right into next week's game against the New York Jets. Smack dab in the middle is an already dead Washington Redskins team that the Giants should absolutely dismantle on Sunday. Of course, if you've been a Giants fan for long enough, you know that that's where you get a little worried, because this team has a tendency to fall on its face in those situations. That being said, I'm going to give you 3 things they have to do to make sure they don't fall on their face, and that's besides the obvious, which is avoid the emotional letdown and just watch Eli Manning go win another game as he's done all season long. The first thing they have to do, stop with the confusion in the secondary. I'm sure you've had enough of this by now, but every time they line up, it looks like the cornerbacks and safeties are looking at each other, gesturing, trying to figure out what's going on. They do it during a play, and then after the play, they're talking about what went wrong. Whether they have to simplify things or whatever they have to do, they have to find a way to make sure that they're all playing the same defense at the same time. Because if you want to let this Redskins team get a little bit of life, the best way to do it, leave somebody as uncovered as Dez Bryant was uncovered against the Cowboys. That'll turn this game around quick, and the Redskins do have some receivers who can do it.
Well, we always start out with stopping the run. The last time we played the first game of the season, we held them to 74 yards rushing. They did a nice job running the ball the other day against New England, and they threw the ball well against us the first time. So we've got to have a combined effort, a good solid effort, stop the big plays, and we always start out with talking about stopping the run.
The second thing the Giants need to do, get Jason Pierre-Paul some help. It is a great story that he's playing like Lawrence Taylor and is a one-man wrecking crew. But one guy cannot continue to carry an 11-man defense. At some point, he's going to need some help getting to the passer. Justin Tuck usually would be the guy to do it, but he's a little iffy for this week with a toe injury. Osi Umenyiora out with a knee injury. I don't care whether it's a defensive tackle or Dave Tollefson or an all-out blitz. Somebody else besides Jason Pierre-Paul has to get the job done.
Week to week, there's been consistent improvement, which is good. I don't think it's where it needs to be, but that's just how I am. We'll always be tough on ourselves around here because we know what we're capable of, and I don't think that's something that we'll reflect on at the end of the year. We take every game individually and try to improve from the last game to the next one.
And the number 3 key, run the football. Kevin Gilbride, the offensive coordinator, talked today about how when the weather starts getting cold and windy, you can't rely on the passing game as much as the Giants have been relying on it. They had some sparks of life with Brandon Jacobs and Ahmad Bradshaw last week, really the last 2 weeks. They got to get them the ball again, get them going, and make this anything but the one-dimensional offense it's been for most of the season.
I felt good with how things worked out last week, and we just got to keep going. We got 3 tough games that's coming up, and 3 of the same kind of defenses as well. So they all physical, they all play hard, and it's going to be a dogfight.
They do those 3 things, then they can start looking ahead to the Jets, but not quite yet. Make sure on Sunday, during the big letdown or not, you tune into the Blue Screen for all the exciting action, and of course, as always, follow @the Blue Screen on Twitter too.